so gon' tell you, man. Combinations rotate like a ceiling fan, get killed. Improvisational skill. In other words, man, I don't need a plan. Left hook like Gotti, footwork like Ollie. Deja like Fredericton, blows to the body. Throwing them things, I'm about my cheddar, undefeated champ. I'm like Floyd Mayweather, however you want it, I got it for you. Jab a fella like De La Hoya, I'm Sugar Ray. You wanna play? I'ma lose my religion like Cassius Clay. Get rough, I don't bluff if you don't listen. My right might make your teeth come up missing. Knocked off balance with hazy vision. Caught that boy with a sunny list and I swear your lip and then break your spine. Like Iron Mike up in his prime. So ruthless, make me do this. I'm ruthless to the end of time. Wreaking havoc is on my mind. My fist in motion is a crime. The older I get, the better my hands become in time like wine. These hands is so sublime, accurately placed up on your mind. It's like every punch I throw, I know I reach and I will find. While I hustle on my grind, you better not try to block my shine. I will beat you till you blind. Press rewind, cause it go down behind the hands.
Hey, brother, gonna make the change, but don't let them rearrange your brain. You might have to bend a little reclaim, but remain the same. Hey, sister, gonna make the change, but don't let them rearrange your brain. You might have to bend a little reclaim, but remain the same.
My flow C4 rig, burn a 20 block radius. Got people like I think he is office rocker, or maybe just I turn into an asshole that don't listen, it can't be fixed. Ever since you fuckers try to change me, that's what made me this. I'm sick of it, so here's the skip motherfucking predicaments. Got me trying to figure out where a nigga is gon' piss a shit with a hustle that's legitimate, depositing large increments of bullshit from every direction, but I'm not listening. Faded and have focus on a future that's not promised. I'm cutting off partners who hating and not honest. You got one mind, one life, two roads to take it. The only question is what you willing to do to make it. No more stressing out of my mind. I'ma lose it with this music. Don't confuse it with the irrelevant music out of Houston. I'm just trying to live my life through these beats and what I speak. You can rearrange the game, but ain't no rearranging me. So I tell them,
hey brother, gonna make the change, but don't let them rearrange your brain. You might have to bend a little reclaim, but remain the same.
Yeah. It's your boy Mo City Menis, man. I'm back one more time, man, with Behind the Hands TV and our series, The Truth About Boxing. And today I get an opportunity to chop it up with a fastly emerging fighter within the sport of boxing. Actually, somebody who shares the same city where I'm from. And, I'm greatly appreciative that we have him out here today just to chop it up and, give us a good idea of where he's at and what he's got going on and where he's headed with his career. And the son of a legend, a national Golden Glove winner. He got immense skill and talent and time that he's worked on his craft, and I think just really appreciative that we got the young man
moving
here.
Forward, Scoop. Big win.
Giovanni Marquez. Hey, we got overtime all in the building. Let that man go. Let him live. Let him off the chain. Let that puppy go.
You want that next?
I want that now. What you mean? Oh, I'm letting it be known.
So if he was here,
John Davis, Shakur Steven, Giovanni, I want all of them.
So as you can see, this is somebody who's highly asked about within the sport of boxing, somebody who everybody want to get the opportunity to see. So we really are happy to have him here. Shout out to the man.
Because it was around the family and I wanted to try it.
Baby, you'll be going far.
Take you on the train.
Just take your time before you climb to grab that shining star.
Going far, yeah, I go the distance, and I'm so consistent, no resistance. While I'm on a mission, makes me more efficient. On this level, I can never settle for no low statistics. I can't go below terrific, niggas know I go ballistic. cause I'm flawless. Niggas cannot see me, so they never saw this shit was coming. Wonder how I done it, and I'm very cunning. I'm the rawest since I've been the smallest. Money stacks be tallest, Ben Wallace. I'ma make them call me king like Jerry Lawler. Cause I'm perfect and I got a purpose. This is the emergence of a person. Hotter than a furnace, colder than a thermos. I'm the stiffest, firmest nigga in it. Bitch, you better learn this. This is gon' confirm it. Going far, I gotta go the furthest. Reason.
Take no eyes for many strangers. Watch out, watch out, watch out for the worthless few.
Niggas worthless, but see me, I'm working. I cannot interpret how you stand broker than a joking. Got your pockets hurting, I'm asserting all my affirmations. So I'm just confirming this, my confirmation. Ain't no speculation, I deserve it. Your girl, she be lurking, wanting me to serve it in her cervix. I give her the service with my serpent, then she go to slurping. Ain't nobody better, I ain't gotta tell you I'm that fella. Flyer than a feather, smarter than an elder with no error. No mistaking, I'm the last remaining of the realest niggas. Never be partaking in the faking. Half these niggas flaky, breaking out the matrix. I'm escaping cause I've been awakened. They say ain't no pain without no gain. At first my heart was aching, but I healed it. Now I gotta kill it, that's just how I'm feeling. Niggas try to judge me, yeah, I feel it in my spirit. Nigga, breathe.
Always try to. Baby, you be going far.
Shout out to the man. Appreciate you for pulling up.
Moving.
Nobody other than the great Giovanni Marquez, man.
Yes, sir.
What's up,
Yes, sir.
T.O.?
What up, man? Thank you for having me, man. That was a great intro, man. You brought back a lot of memories with those lost files, man. I appreciate that. Great intro. Thank
Yeah.
you for having me. Big shout out to you, and make sure you guys support my guy.
Man, man, I think it's almost, it goes without saying, you're somebody that's on their way. I think it's almost easy to see to any blind eye in boxing how quickly you maneuvering and growing. I played Scooby saying your name because it's crazy that where you are, people look at you as somebody that they need to beat and somebody who is on their mind. You got to be on their mind to have even a call out of that type of order. But let's take it to the start. All right, you're the son of Raul Marquez, Olympian, former world champion, a phenomenal fighter in his own right, and you're the son of him, and you were born into a boxing scenario.
Yes.
Where did boxing first become a thing for you?
Man, like you said, I was born into it. So, every time we would go to a family function, boxing was always the talk. At holidays, at the dinner table, breakfast, lunch, dinner, we're always talking boxing. So like I said, I was born into it. My brothers both were boxers as well, and really, my father was, he's the one that started. But I really started because of my brothers. I seen them boxing. I was like, man, I want to be like my brothers. I want to give this sport a try. I grew up playing all sports, football, basketball.
What
I was on
position did you
the
play
swim
in
team.
football?
I was a fullback and middle linebacker.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Football was my first love, but eventually I tried out boxing at the age of 12. Like I said, because my brothers really inspired me. I wanted to be like them. And I tried it out. I was good at it. I loved it, and I haven't looked back since.
Mm. So you're what? What? How old were you when you decided to put gloves on?
Uh, Officially, I was 12 years old, but growing up, me and my brothers, we were always sparring, just putting the gloves on, beating each other up, that
So
type of
how
deal.
was it? You were the younger brother, right?
Yeah.
So how was it growing with a dad that boxed, then the big brothers box, and you the
Yeah.
little brother of all of that,
Yeah,
man? How was
yeah,
that?
yeah. It turned out being good because I got to learn from all my brothers and stuff like that. And growing up, they used to mess with me, bully me around, but it just made me tough. It made me who I am today, so I wouldn't change it for anything.
I heard once upon a time that it was said that your grandfather brought you into deciding the box. Is that true?
Yes, sir. I started my career out under my grandfather's supervision, and he took me all the way through the amateur ranks. He taught me a lot about discipline, staying focused. He built the foundation, and eventually my father took over, and now we're just slowly climbing the ranks.
Did your grandfather bring your father into the sport too?
Yes, my grandfather, he was just a huge boxing fan, and he took my dad into he brought him into boxing, and he made him an Olympian, world champion, and then he took over my brothers too, trained all of us.
So you got not just that, because I guess on surface layer the story gonna look like your dad walked you into boxing, but really it was grandpa.
Yeah, my grandpa definitely like built the foundation. He taught everything, the fundamentals, everything, and then just later on, my dad eventually took over.
So you born and raised in basically the greater Houston area.
Yes, sir. Born and raised in Houston, Texas. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this: a lot of fighters, typically they be troublesome kids or whatever. Typically, what kind of kid were you?
Growing up, I was always just pretty much quiet, reserved kid. Never really got into too much trouble. Maybe a little bit in like middle school and high school, just talking a lot in like class and stuff like that. But never got into like anything that I didn't need to be into.
For sure.
I've always been focused, locked in. I've been blessed with some good parents to guide me,
Sure.
and here I am today.
So you go through. I'm assuming like somewhere around middle school where you decided to start boxing,
Yes, sir. Middle school.
and then what did you do? Get into just into the gym, or do you enter the amateur program? How does that go?
So my grandpa has a gym in Cloverleaf, Texas. That's where I started, and my mom, she would take my brother to the gym, and I would always ride with them, and then we would just wait in the car. But one day I just decided to get off and get active, and ever since then I just kept going.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you come up with grandpa putting you into these circumstances to box, but I think it's almost a hot button topic these days as far as father son duos. How do you feel having your dad as your coach?
Man, it's a blessing, man. It's truly a blessing. My dad, he was an Olympian, a world champion, commentator. So the man knows the ins and outs of the sports. He knows the business of the sport, and just to have him in my corner is a blessing. And we never really butt heads or anything like that. There's a lot of controversy on father-son duos, but my dad has an open relationship. We communicate great. If I see something, he'll hear me out. If he sees something, I'll hear him out. And ultimately, I have faith in all his knowledge. So it's a good
It's
combination.
it's a great thing to see. We don't see it everywhere, but when we see it, we got to point it out, and that's kind of what I'm doing here.
He got a trainer and a daddy. Come on, you're not hearing what I'm saying. He got a trainer and a daddy. So his daddy knows stuff about him that nobody else knows. Can push buttons that nobody else can push. Why? Because that's his son. And don't nobody stand a chance because all they got is a trainer.
Another day in office.
That's it.
Another day in office.
He's in shape. He's in shape. I'm gonna do the tallador on your stomach, right? You know what that is, right? The Mexican tallador. Look how shape. Look, you can watch Mexican tallador. You can watch clothes right here. Look at that. Mexican style. You know what they watch clothes tallador right there? The Mexican style right here. Look at that. He's ready. He's ready. Let's go. Let's go.
I always would like to point it out, and salute to your father for being a part of your life and career to even get you to that point. Because before I even played that, you said everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely imperative that I have a responsibility of pointing that out, especially in circumstances like this where it clearly works. But
Yes.
but so entering the amateur program, how was that for you?
It was good. I got a lot of local fights here, fighting in Houston. I got a lot of great experience. Everyone that comes out of Houston knows fighting at Greens Point Mall. That's where you get that
That's the
experience right
thing.
there. If you
Mhm.
don't go through there, then I don't know.
You didn't
But
really, did you really
yeah,
do it?
you can't really. I don't know. Like if you know, you know. But yeah, it's a great experience coming up in the amateurs, fighting all over Houston. Then eventually, I went to a lot of national tournaments. Came up short, but I just kept going, and then eventually in 2021, I won the Houston Golden Gloves, the state Golden Gloves, and the national Golden Gloves, and I also won the outstanding fighter of the tournament. That was my first big break as an amateur.
I heard you had to win like 10 fights in a row to accomplish that.
Yeah, yes, sir. It was about 10 to 12 if I'm five. Yeah, about 10 fights all the way. So it was a lot.
Any notable opponents that you remember beating during that point?
There's a lot of guys that were in that tournament that are now undefeated pro prospects like Terrence Williams, names like that. There's some more names. I just can't think of them off the top.
Tell me, get the story right for me, because I thought maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. You were really close to becoming an Olympian. But I think you lost to Tiger Johnson. Was who it was?
Yes. Yeah, so I fought Tiger Johnson in the Olympic qualifiers in California, and I lost a split decision. It was a good experience. It was my first time entering the open division where it's just 18 and up. I believe I was 18, so I was the younger guy. But like I said, it was a great experience. I wouldn't change it for anything.
What during that point in time, are you thinking I'm gonna turn pro and be a pro fighter?
It was definitely in the back of my head because the amateurs could be a little frustrating. Sometimes you come up short by like a split decision and you get a little frustrated, but I'm glad I didn't turn pro right then and there because I stayed around for the Golden Gloves, and winning that gave me more credibility and momentum going into the pros.
So you go pro. Was there like any alteration you have to make? Because look, I talk to a lot of people, right? Especially their current pros, and they always talk about when they were amateur, it was so difficult because they had a pro style,
Yeah,
and the judging of the amateurs was set on just high volume of letting your hands go as opposed to actual points being counted and punches being landed.
right. Yeah, I felt I always had more of a pro-like style, so the transition wasn't too crazy. And like I said, my style is always more of a pro style. In the amateurs, you only have 3 rounds, so it's kind of hard to break a guy down in 3 rounds. But now we got 8 rounds, so we got time to work and break the guys down and stuff like that.
Growing up, were you did you watch your dad? Did you study him? Did you I don't know how that works. Everybody's different. So
Right.
I don't know how did you take that, yeah, this is my dad, and somehow fuel yourself from his experiences. I mean, how did you do that at all?
Growing up as a younger kid, I wasn't really too like tapped in or tuned in with like what my dad had going on in his pro career and stuff
Because he
like
was just
that.
dad.
I knew who he was. Like I knew he was a professional fighter, but I didn't really know who he really was until I got a little older. And once I got older, I was like, damn. And once I started going through all the tournaments myself, I was like, damn, my dad was really that guy, especially in the amateurs, just winning these national tournaments back to back to back, being a top amateur. And eventually, yeah, I would study his fights, and I was seeing like, damn, if my pops could do this, I could do this too. We got the same bloodline,
Yeah.
genetics, everything. So
So you said earlier your brothers fought. So I guess that's Raw Junior and Arturo, right?
yes, sir. Raul Jr. They were both got a lot of amateur experience. They both fought in the national tournaments, and Arturo, he was actually signed with Top Rank. He was 10-0 with 5 knockouts before he stopped due to an eye injury.
Hmm.
So, but he had a great career, and I learned a lot from both of my older brothers.
Yeah. That's so you were able to pull from grandpa, your father, and your older brothers, man. People like that are dangerous. People in
Yeah,
that, straight up, people in that
yeah,
disposition are like really, really dangerous because there's really no limit or cap on what they've picked up from all these different avenues, you know what I'm saying? Because you could sit there and chop it up with your brother and gain something, and then
for
get
sure.
something from grandpa, get something from dad. I mean, it's a lot of different ways that you are able to pick up on different things, you know.
Yes, sir.
I don't think a lot of people acknowledge that about fighters like yourself. So going pro, how different was it for you in just the approach? Did anything change? Did you have to tighten this up or change that going from the amateur program to actually being a pro? Did anything change about your game?
As far as like preparation and discipline, nothing changed. I've always been really disciplined, focused, and that's something that was instilled in me by my grandfather, Arturo Marquez. So, from that aspect, nothing changed. But from the other aspect, of course, smaller gloves, no headgear. Of course, you got to tighten up on the defense and, try to sit down on your shots more, make the punches count more, things like that.
Yeah. That's real. That's real. Is there anybody that you look at within the pro ranks like, man, I like the way he doing it?
Um, I would say right now my favorite fighter is the guy from Japan, Inoue. I love how explosive, fast, powerful he is. He could switch it up. He could box. He could be slick, and I think that's something I could do. I could be aggressive, but I could also be slick, use my skills, things like that.
I heard your dad talking about that about you before. He thought, well, he said that he feels that as though you're a smart boxer and you have a actual boxing skill. He gave you such a compliment. He was just saying, I was just really a come forward fighter. He's like, man, Gio, he knows how to box. He's slick. And I'm just listening to your dad and his description of you. Here's a good question for you. You in your prime versus Pops in his prime. How does that work?
Man, we love that question.
I know y'all do. I know y'all do.
It's all love, but I'll put it like this. My dad, he was a come forward fighter from round 1 to round 12. He's gonna be in my grill.
Yeah.
Me, I would have to box him the way he'll come. So it's really whoever executes their game plan more. Either he breaks me down or I box him all the rounds, and I'm gonna have to go with myself.
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
supposed
say
to.
my skills will pay the bills.
Man, speaking of them skills, you've sharpened your ability with so many guys. I've been sitting in the back of the room watching, and you didn't see me in a few gyms, but man, I've seen you in the ring with O'Shaquie Foster, and I know that you sparred Shakur, and you sparred Devin Haney and Kenneth Sims Jr. And I'm sure the list goes on and on and on and on as far as the different people that you got an opportunity to see. Who did you get in the ring with where you were like, man, I'm impressed?
Man, all those guys are great talents, great fighters, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to work with them.
Mhm.
Honestly, I would say probably Shakur. He's really sharp. He's really sharp.
Well,
And
okay, I hear that. I hear that a lot. Tell me what makes him as sharp as what you saying.
I would say his defense is on point more than anything. And I would say, when we spar, people don't really realize this. They say Shakur's a boring fighter, but it takes a pressure fighter, a hungry fighter like me to make them work. And when we spar, it's entertaining. We talk trash to each other. We throw down. It's good work. And he doesn't back down either. He'll stand in the pocket and exchange with me, and it's just great work. And I appreciate him for all the work he's given me.
The vicinity of being in Houston provides you with a large amount of guys that you can work with. Man, I seen one time that you were in a gym with Keyshawn. I know you sparred Keyshawn. I hear a lot about Keyshawn, especially today, seeming that he's a champion. What can you say about your experience sparring him?
Yeah, that was great work. I believe right there I was still an amateur if I'm not mistaken. But anytime I get in the ring with these world champions, I don't just hold my own. I'm competitive with these guys. So
Yeah.
that tells you where I'm at, and that tells you where I'm going as well.
I mean, I've seen you at Main Street with just about everybody there. I mean, typically when you and your dad come into Maine, and I know y'all about to do some work, I go ahead and find a nice, comfortable seat. And
Yeah.
I go slide to the corner somewhere and watch, man, because you make everything look like what boxing is. You tough. You ain't no chump. You could take a punch. You could punch. I mean, I enjoy watching how you work. And then the one thing that I gotta always say, I always tell people this when I'm asked about what I think of Giovanni Marquez. I always say, if anything, he about to outwork you. I
Yeah,
always say that. I
yeah,
always say that. He gonna outwork the guy that he's across the ring from. Man,
yeah.
you've been having quite a wave going on. As a matter of fact, you know, you made a big splash in the OTX world. Can you tell me anything about your OTX experience and your time with those guys?
Yeah, my time with them has been great. I had my first opportunity with them fighting in their first card in Atlanta against Nicky Vitone, and I got him out of there in, I believe, 2 rounds with a highlight reel knockout, and that's really what got me the opportunity to get signed to them. So I'm one of OTX fighters. They have a roster of maybe like 10 fighters, and I'm one of them. So that was my big break with OTX. I'm glad to be with them. Could have gone another route with another other promotional groups, but we decided to go with Overtime Boxing. Great
Yeah.
opportunity. I love the social media presence, the way they
Mhm.
promote their fighters, and the way they treat their fighters. Every time we have a fight week, they treat us like world champions, and I appreciate that. Big shout out to Overtime Boxing.
You got a big fight coming up here in your hometown, Houston, on OTX May 9th, and I think that's gonna be on the zone. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. That'll be live on the Zone May 9th. Also live on all the Overtime Boxing platforms as well.
Gio, where do you see yourself going within the next 5 years? Like, well, I mean, don't get me wrong, you having such a like meteoric rise on your way, and everything is the table is seem like it's being set. Well, where are you in 2 3 years in the sport?
In 2 to 3 years, I see myself a world champion, if not a multi world champion. But we're just taking it step by step, not looking past anything, one day at a time, just enjoying the moment. I'm in love with the process, just taking each and every day, one day at a time, giving it my all. But in 2 to 3 years, I definitely see myself a world champion. I see myself a superstar in the city of Houston.
Hmm.
And, I'm just excited, man. I'm excited.
Since you say that, let me ask you a question, man. I know what you generally gonna say when they put a microphone in front of you, but give me your real feeling, man. Like you from H Town and
Yep.
you becoming that guy.
Yep.
What that mean to you, bro?
Man, more than anything, man, I want to be a star in my city of Houston. I love my city. When they mention the Houston Astros, the Houston Rockets, the Houston Texans, the Houston Dynamos, I want to be mentioned in those names, those big sport teams as well. I'm gonna be the face of Houston boxing. Houston needs a boxing superstar. We haven't really had like
Yeah.
any big time fights. I wanna bring big time boxing back to Houston. I want to fight at the Toyota Center. That's my dream, to headline at the Toyota Center and bring big time boxing back to Houston.
Yeah, I think in the direction that you're going, you know, it's on its way. I mean, I can't tell you that you're doing anything wrong. You moving right, and then like I said before, having your dad who's been down that road, you know, does your dad kind of like take care of the business aspect for you as well, or is it just in the gym?
Yeah, my dad definitely overlooks all the business stuff. Anything anything business related, I always go through him. Or even if it's something like I cook up on my own with like sponsors, I still run it by him, see what he thinks. And
Yeah.
because boxing is a grimy business, so got to be careful. Gotta you
Speak
know
on that. Speak on that. I mean, boxing is grimy, and we hear that in general statements. But what do you mean by when you say boxing can be a grimy place?
like managers, sponsors trying to take advantage of fighters, things like that. Recently, I seen on Twitter, I'm not gonna say any names, but I seen a fighter. They said he was offered 400,000, but he was only told 200,000 by his manager. So that just tells you right there, like,
Hmm.
they're out there to take. People are out there to take advantage. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. Not everyone in boxing is
yeah.
like that, but it does exist, and we
And I
got to be
believe that
aware
I
of it.
believe that was his. I know the situation. I believe that was his manager. doing that, you know. And I
Yeah,
think
there was like I believe 400,000 on the table, but he was only aware of 200. Like,
that's wild, man. And
and that's messed up for the fighters because ultimately we're the ones that go out there and risk it all. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, and I think that once again is a plus to having your actual blood family, your father, a part of what you touching and what you doing that's actually been there before. So he could kind of say, hey, watch out, you know, or look,
absolutely.
you know, look at this or look at that. We watch your dad on a lot of different networks calling fights. You ever listen to his him calling fights?
Oh yeah, all the time, all the
Yeah,
time.
he a real gangster at it, man. He's good.
Yeah, yeah,
He
man.
real good.
He's good at what he does for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
when I used to watch him, I believe it was Showbox.
Yep,
You
yep.
know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, Rob be floating through it like he calls it, and it flows so natural for him. You know, even I don't know if you remember this event. The TCL had an event, and he called the fight. I sat like a seat or two from you, and I could hear your dad calling the fight. I'm like, man, it's got to be a surreal moment for him to be calling the fight. His star of a son is right there watching the fight. I mean, y'all have a lot of these moments going on, and then
Yeah,
I watch at all your fights. You know, you have family and your homeboy and guy who grew up with you, and
yeah,
man, I meet so many people that have some type of relationship with you
yeah,
every fight, every
yeah,
fight,
yeah,
every
man.
fight, man. They
Yeah,
be like, "How you doing?" I be like, "Oh, how you doing?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm just here to see my nephew, Gio." I be like, "Yeah."
yeah,
As a matter of fact, when we seen each other at the last event, that was right by your family, huh?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
promise you, man. Every time, man, I'll be like, "Man, that's got to be his cousin." Like,
yeah,
please. I'm
yeah,
like, man. But I think it's dope. I try to tell people the type of push that you getting in places like the Red Owl where your whole family is out there, and you know what I'm saying? I don't think people understand that. It's a big deal, man. How do you feel about the support that you get at these events and all these people come to see you? How you feel about that?
man. It's a blessing. I love it, man. I appreciate every time my friends, my family come out to support me in my hometown, Houston. Been picking up a lot of local sponsors, Taqueria Randas. They're all over Houston and they're supporting me. My sponsor, Unify Energy Solutions, they've been supporting me. So May 9th, you're gonna see more. Every time I fight, it's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're gonna see all the sponsors, all the friends, family, fans out here supporting me, and I appreciate that support, man, for sure.
I honestly feel that you have like this little patience, or you always on an even keel. I never see you overly upset, or you know, you have like this extreme poker face. Even during the fights, you have an extreme poker face. Is that something that you aware of when you maneuvering? Because you always real even keel.
Yeah, man, I just try to stay focused, stay locked in. Like Floyd Mayweather, I grew up watching him a lot, so I take a lot of inspiration. And
Hey,
when I'm in that mode,
I'm not even gonna let you run that over.
when I'm in that
Well,
mode, it's just tunnel vision,
you didn't
Tunnel.
just grow up you didn't just grow up watching him. You met Floyd a few times
Oh,
when you were young,
yep,
huh?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Floyd.
You got an opportunity to like talk to Floyd.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Floyd, big shout out to Floyd, man. Every time we see him with my father, he's moving around with security guards, stuff like that. Anytime we see him, he embraces us. He'll stop his entire entourage to, say what's up to us, give us some words of encouragement, take some photos with us, and that just goes to show you that's a testament of who my dad is in the sport of boxing. Although he wasn't a superstar, he's still very well respected in the sport of boxing. And seeing guys like Floyd Mayweather embrace my dad really just that's crazy. Like,
And
man,
that is crazy, man, because you know, I get excited when I see my dad know the manager of Walmart or something. Be like,
yeah,
you know him? Oh, okay.
yeah,
You got Floyd walking up to your pops. That's wild, bro.
yeah,
Like
man,
that ain't no normal thing, man.
yeah,
Man, you be in some phenomenal shape as you could easily see on the anybody can see, you know, with the graphic I got up. What do you do to get in such A1 shape, man? I ain't never seen you out of shape.
man. I just train hard, and we don't do too much like crazy stuff. We just keep it pretty simple, keep it old school, just the usual. And the little thing I got to tell you is I'm out here right now in Big Bear, California. So
What you
just
got
know
going on out there?
uh I'm out here training with some world champions. I can't really say who because they asked us not to say. They're
Yeah.
kind of under the radar type of deal, but we're out here training in the mountains, high elevation. So I'm about to be in great shape May 9th.
You over there having top secret training camps.
Yeah, man.
Man,
Yeah,
that's how you know, man, where you are. You know what I mean? Like as far as in your career.
for sure.
Okay, I don't expect you to say anybody's name, but you around these guys. Is it ever just in a quiet moment go, man, I'm in here with what's his name? Or,
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing, and I see how these world champions move, and it just inspires me as well. I never hate or envy anyone.
yeah.
I take motivation from guys that I'm around now, and I take motivation, inspiration to one day be in a position like them. So that's what we
I,
got
I
going on.
gotta play it so I can get your honest reaction because I played it.
All right.
Big win.
Giovanni Marquez. Hey, we got overtime all in the building. Let that man go. Let him live. Let him off the chain. Let that puppy go.
You want that next?
I want that now. What you mean? Oh, I'm letting it be known.
So if he was here,
Sean Davis, Shakur Staven, Giovanni, I want all of them.
Man, that man grouped you with Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. The call out is one thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
But in his mind, he put you in the same group as those two guys.
Right.
That's who he want. Man, that gotta feel some kind of way, Gio.
Yeah, man. That just goes to show you, where I'm at, where I'm headed, and that's a fight I want too. I'm not looking past my fight May 9th.
May 9th, yeah.
That's my main focus right now. But after that, I'm ready to get it on.
I'm already knowing how you coming, especially looking at the type of work you putting in and what you got going on and how you moving forward. Man, Gio, I know you got some stuff to do today, bro. This was great. Me and you, we run into each other and see each other pretty regularly when it comes to boxing and fights.
Yep.
We got to do this again, maybe sometime after your next fight when y'all decide to make that Scooby fight and we can see it. You got to come back up here and chop it up with me. But until then, I'm going to come rock with you out at the next fight, bro. I'm going to be there May 9th.
Sounds good, bro. I appreciate you having me on, man.
Hey, Gio.
It's always great
appreciate
talking
you,
to
bro.
you. Yeah, and make sure you guys go support my guy Behind the Hands TV. Make sure
That's right, man. That's
H-Town.
right.
H-Town, baby.
We
H-Town.
H-Town.
Yes,
Gio,
sir.
man, I always play the tape before I get up out of here. Thank you again for pulling up, bro. And I'm going to see you again, brother.
Yes, sir.
Because it was around the family and I wanted to try it.
Baby, you'll be going far.
Take you on the train.
Just take your time before you climb to grab that shining star.
Going far, yeah, I go the distance, and I'm so consistent, no resistance. While I'm on a mission, makes me more efficient. On this level, I can never settle for no low statistics. I can't go below terrific. Niggas know I go ballistic, cause I'm flawless. Niggas cannot see me, so they never saw this shit was coming. Wonder how I done it, and I'm very cunning. I'm the rawest since I've been the smallest. Money stacks be tallest, Ben Wallace. I'ma make them call me king like Jared Lawler. Cause I'm perfect, and I got a purpose. This is the emergence of a person, hotter than a furnace, colder than a thermos. I'm the stiffest, firmest nigga in it, bitch, you better learn this. This is gon' confirm it, going far, I gotta go the furthest. Reason.
Take no eyes from any strangers. Watch out, watch out, watch out for the worthless few.
niggas worthless, but see me, I'm working. I cannot interpret how you stand broker than a joking. Got your pockets hurting, I'm asserting all my affirmations. So I'm just confirming this, my confirmation. Ain't no speculation, I deserve it. Your girl, she be lurking, wanting me to serve it in her cervix. I give her the service with my serpent, then she go to slurping. Ain't nobody better, I ain't gotta tell you I'm that fella. Flyer than a feather, smarter than an elder with no error, no mistaking. I'm the last remaining of the realest niggas. Never be partaking in the faking. Half these niggas flaky, breaking out the matrix. I'm escaping cause I've been awakened. They say ain't no pain without no gain. At first my heart was aching, but I healed it. Now I gotta kill it, that's just how I'm feeling. Niggas tried to judge me, I appeared it in my spirit. Nigga, breathe.
Behind the hand, so go tell you, man. Combinations rotate like a ceiling fan. Get killed, improvisational skill. In other words, man, I don't need a plan. Left hook like Gotti, footwork like Ali. Deja like Frederick, blows to the body. Throwing them things, I'm about my cheddar, undefeated champ. I'm like Floyd Mayweather, however you want it, I got it for you. Jab, I'm feeling like De La Hoya. I'm Sugar Ray. You wanna play? I'ma lose my religion like Cassius Clay. Get rough, I don't bluff if you don't listen. My right might make your teeth come up missing. Knocked off balance with hazy vision. Caught that boy with a sunny listing. I swear your lip and then break your spine. Like Iron Mike up in his prime. Joe Louis made me do this. I'm ruthless to the end of time. Wreaking havoc is on my mind. My fist in motion is a crime. The older I get, the better my hands become in time like wine. These hands is so sublime, accurately placed up on your mind. It's like every punch I throw, I know I reach and I will find. While I hustle on my grind, you better not try to block my shine. I will beat you till you blind. Press rewind, cause it go down behind the hands.